The waiting is over. Finally, we're here in the 2025 NBA Finals. The Oklahoma City Thunder spent Christmas night at Indianapolis being bittersweet. They woke up home earlier that day, opening present with their children before a late afternoon flight for a short road trip. Now let's pause it, but they were annoyed, whether they admitted publicly or not. 10 teams were playing 5 games on the marquee day of the NBA. They were just spectators of it. They won a league best 57 games this season before, and one of the top players in the league was Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, the MVP runner-up last year. The NBA perhaps should have been featured on the highest profile day. The Thunder were also 23-5 at that point on an 8-game winning streak. They were not on that Christmas day. Their hosts for a non-national television game on December 26th were the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers rolled their eyes 4 months earlier when the schedule read that they were not playing on Christmas Day, despite making the Eastern Conference Finals the season prior. It was the 20th consecutive year the Pacers were deemed unworthy of such. And it was an ironic moment of the season, as the two teams that eventually meet in the NBA Finals were together on the headline day for the league. They were just living the lives of small market underdogs. They ended up playing a terrific game that everyone will be thrilled to see repeated here in the NBA Finals. The Pacers still overcoming early season injuries and malaise. They were just a 500 team at the time, but they led the December 26th contest for most of the way, even though Tyrese Haliburton had just 4 points. But the Thunder were relentless in their precision, turned the ball over only 3 times and cut off Indy's classic game plan of crushing the opponent's mistakes. SGA tied his career high of 45 points, 16 of them in the fourth quarter, with a cold-blooded 3 just under mid-level Benedict Mathurin in his face. OKC prevailed 120-114. That would have been a tremendous showcase game had it been afforded the spotlight. It's just an interesting footnote to the factoid that was uncovered by Yahoo Sports that the Pacers and Thunder are the first teams since 2007 to make the NBA Finals without playing on Christmas Day in that same season. They have its recent justifications. Last year, this Christmas 2024 slate produced several games and tremendous television ratings. But that didn't mean it was a mistake. They were always 2 of the best teams in the league this season. And they proved it in the last 6 weeks during very similar playoff runs. Brilliant point guards, excellent depth, excellent defense, killer transition play, excellent game plans, varying stars, harrowing finishes, resiliency, and overall dominance. And now, in the grandest stage of basketball in the USA, it is the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. Hello everyone, I am Alec Nava. Glad to have you guys with me here for Game 1 of the NBA Finals 2025. So between these two, underestimating the Thunder and Pacers has always been a losing ideology. Following multiple dominant regular season NBA history for the Thunder, they passed a stress test against a proven championship team in the second round. Otherwise, they made quick work of the Western Conference bracket. They swept the Memphis Grizzlies in the first round. Oklahoma City blew a double-digit lead in the series opener against Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets, facing a 2-1 deficit after 3 games. The Thunder viewed the adversity as an opportunity. Alex Caruso said, quote, "I knew that they were going to bring greatness out of us." He was a lone player on... Caruso is the only player on the roster with a championship ring. He said the day before Game 4 in Denver. He continued, quote, "Denver's a smart team, an experienced team. I know that this is a challenge that's going to push us to be great." Led by SGA, the Thunder closed out tight wins in the next 2 games. They answered questions about their ability to execute in the clutch after cruising to double-digit wins in 54 of their regular season victories. They blew out the Nuggets in Game 7. SGA recorded 35 points in a 32-point win. They needed just 5 games to finish the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Western Conference Finals, capping out with a 30-point victory. Their 4th win by a margin of 30 points or more during the playoff run, the most by any team in a single postseason. As brilliant as he is offensively, averaging 29.8 points and 60.9 assists per game this postseason, defense is what drives the Thunder. They have the top-ranked defense during the regular season and tighten the screws even more during the playoffs, lowering the defensive efficiency to 104.7 points allowed per 100 possessions. the Thunder forced 18.0 turnovers and converted them into 23.8 points per game during the playoffs. Both increases over their league-leading regular season numbers, 17.0 and 21.8. 5 players on OKC, Caruso, SGA, Jalen Williams, Cason Wallace, and Lucian Stewart have averaged more than a steal per game in the playoffs. Chet Holmgren has averaged 2 blocks per game. His defense is a remarkable blend of relentless pressure, swarming help, elite playmaking, and togetherness. For the Pacers, it might have been easy to overlook them at the start of the postseason, but after an exciting run as underdogs for the Eastern Conference field, they're not going to be easily dismissed anymore. They won 50 games and entered the playoffs as the 4th seed in the East, but a slow start to the season masked their true contender qualities. That wasn't apparent when they dispatched their new rival, the Milwaukee Bucks, in 5 games in the first round. But when they made a 64-win Cleveland Cavaliers team look like just another team, the Pacers announced their ascent from up-and-coming team to the conference elite. It was a bad matchup for the Cavaliers. As Kenny Atkinson said, quote, "They're up here, guys. I know for the data, I know from watching film, they're up here and they can sustain it. I give them so much credit for being able to sustain that type of intensity for so long." That set up a match in the East in the final four of Indiana's greatest rival, the New York Knicks, the same franchise the Pacers beat in their only other trip to the finals in 2000. The elite offense overwhelmed the Knicks in 6 games, with Tyrese Haliburton, which had a star-making playoff run, averaging 18.8 points, 9.8 assists, and 5.7 rebounds in the postseason to go along with a few huge clutch shots. Pascal Siakam was named Conference Finals MVP after putting up 3 30-point games in the series. And Rick Carlisle, a champion with the Dallas Mavericks in 2011, Haliburton termed him as a savant. The Pacers posted the second best offensive efficiency in the playoffs at 117.7 points per 1 possessions, a deep bench, and they played fast for a full 48 minutes, which has allowed them to pull off 3 of the most improbable comebacks in playoff history. They were down by 7 in the last 40 seconds of Game 5 in the first round against the Bucks. They trailed again by 7 the final 50 seconds of Game 2 in the second round against the Cavaliers. And in Game 1 against the Knicks, they were down 14 with 2:51 left. Indiana came back to win each game. Miles Turner said, quote, "It's how we orchestrate this team. It's not the flashiest, sexiest team. We just get results." The last time they met, the Thunder went 29-1 against the East, their best interconference record in NBA history. They won both head-to-head meetings this season, but their victory at Indianapolis on December 26 required a 4th quarter comeback. They were down 4, 3:42 to play after a 7-0 Pacer run. Oklahoma City ripped off 8 consecutive plays to take control. J-Dub scored half of them. SGA was still the standout with 45 points on 15 of 22 shooting, including 4 3-pointers and 5 attempts. A perfect 11 of 11 at the foul line. There was little drama with the Thunder hosted Indiana on March 29th. OKC opened up a 22-point lead after 3 quarters. The Thunder knocked down 17 threes, 6 from Dort, 5 off the bench from Isaiah Joe. To get to our starting 5s, we begin with the Indiana Pacers. They're sticking with the same starting 5 that's been successful for them throughout this postseason run. Tyrese Haliburton at point, Andrew Nembhard, SG, Aaron Nesmith at the 3, Pascal Siakam at PF, and Miles Turner at center. Off the bench, TJ McConnell, Ben Shepherd, Benedict Mathurin, Obi Toppin, Jarris Walker, Tony Bradley, and Thomas Bryant. This is a unit that can go 12 deep. And for OKC, they're making a change on their starting 5. At point guard is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Shooting guard is Cason Wallace making his first start this postseason. At small forward, Lucian Stewart. Power forward is Jalen Williams. At center is Chet Holmgren. Isaiah Hartenstein's moved to the bench. He is with Jalen Williams with a Y, Aaron Wiggins, Alex Caruso, and Isaiah Joe. So it is a small change for OKC, but they want to maximize the most of this lineup, as we're moments away from the opening tip-off at Paycom Center, formerly Chesapeake Energy Arena. The Chet Holmgren being a unicorn at the center position, and one that anyone would love to have on their team. This NBA Finals is going to have a lot of interesting storylines. In Oklahoma City, who has been here before in 2012, they fell to the Heatles in 5 games to LeBron James, Dwayne Wade, and Chris Bosh. That was when they had Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Serge Ibaka. The Pacers have been here before, but they were led by Reggie Miller in Y2K. There was no Y2K bug, but that bug didn't affect the Pacers that much, although they ultimately fell to the Los Angeles Lakers in 6 games. So Cason Wallace inserted at the 2, Luguentz Dort moved to the 3, Jalen Williams to the 4, and Chet Holmgren to the 5, with Hartenstein coming off the bench. They're going to stand until the first basket here. This OKC crowd that's on full whiteout as both Turner and Holmgren take center stage at center court. The opening tip-off is up. Let's go! Time to settle. The NBA Finals. Dort will begin this up. Towards the right side, Pascal Siakam, part of that 2019 Raptors team and won a championship. J-Dub has to kick it out and does, moves out the paint. Cason Wallace moves it back. Dort launches the free. Bounced up and out. It'll be taken up by Neesmith for Halley. Towards the right for Nembhard. Andrew Nembhard fakes a step back. Miles Turner's open. Too far. Rebounds grabbed by Dort. Dort's from Montreal. SGA is from Toronto. You know the cultural rivalry between Montreal and Toronto. SGA lays it up. He has the opening basket of the 2025 NBA Finals. Fans still on their feet here as they're wanting the defense to get going. Turner will swing it out for Nembhard. Nembhard and Haliburton are point guards on this lineup as it's a catch and shoot, left wing free, bounced up and out. And this rebound will be taken up by Dort one more time. Of course, that cultural rivalry between Montreal and Toronto. So French Canadians, the Francophones, and Anglo-Saxophones as Chet lays this one up. Tough bucket. And that cultural rivalry further emphasized with the Canadians and the Maple Leafs rivalry. And as a Siakam, he's being blitzed. Forced on to Haliburton, gets it back over to Siakam. Siakam almost lost it. Now he does. Fight for the ball at half court. Right free to Haliburton. Right corner free for Neesmith. Excellent defense by OKC. Of Jalen Williams getting right onto Neesmith's face. He played like prime Steph Curry in the Eastern Conference Final, especially in Game 1, and that probable comeback victory. SGA's blocked. Haliburton was on his face. And immediately, the mop-up crew is coming in to clean up the sweat as SGA adjusts. That was actually not Haliburton, but rather Neesmith that came in on him. Immediately, looking for the right option is SGA. Tough catch on this inbound. Shai, he'll feed Dort. Is one rolled off and out. Haliburton moves it up for the far side. Parked at the left wing. Lobbed up for Turner, and now it's moved back to Haliburton. The hook and ladders and go. Defensive rebound to J-Dub. Moving up the middle. Game 1, as he puts a spot up free. Yes, sir! J-Dub. Automatic. Nembhard will feed Turner, who sets the screen. Pacers yet to record a point, and Turner is fouled. Chet Holmgren was on him. Fans don't like it. It'll be 2 free throws for Turner. Our officials are John Goebel, Mark Davis, and David Guthrie. Pascal Siakam has to give him a little bit of space. And Shai was thrown behind as Williams got the opening free. Turner off the rim and in. That's the first point for the Pacers. So this is a smaller lineup, but the Thunder, they can utilize any line to their advantage. 2.3 blocks per game throughout this postseason run for Turner. He leads the postseason doing such. Shore in the second one. And this Neesmith thought the Thunder last touched this ball as it sailed out of bounds. Mark Dagno calling the shots. No challenge from Rick Carlisle, and why would he waste the timeout this early? And something that can be such as volatile. Chet driving down the right side. Moved it out for Dort. Lugens Dort. Swing pass for J-Dub. Parks back. J-Dub, deep mid-range shot. Rolled out. Siakam the rebound. Haliburton moves it up alongside Siakam. Now over to Haliburton. Two screens here, one from Siakam, the other from Nesmith, the former Boston Celtic. Nesmith, back to Hallie, who sparked the logo. Almost deflected by Chet, and Siakam lays it up. Right off the glass and inside. Pacers want to showcase what they're known for. Casey Wallace kicks out right corner, free for Lugens Dort. And that one too far. Nembhard moves it up through the middle with speed. Nembhard, Parks. And it's a travel. He tried to draw the foul. And the officials were not falling for that. Carlisle is upset. It's a hard pass over to Siakam, who drives up, laying this one off the glass. Now Nembhard, he tried to sell it. He believed that he wanted to get the Thunder to trip him up. Towards the left, SGA. Lost it. Out of bounds as he tried to draw the foul. It's Pacers ball. As they move it up through the left. To Pascal Siakam, an intelligent player. Knows every situation. Swing pass lobbed all the way towards the left. As there's a screen from Turner. Nesmith in trouble. Turner was as well. Dort got a hand on it. Holmgren lob pass too far. It was overthrown. And it'll go back to Indiana. Chet Holmgren tried to stretch pass. It didn't work. Near side, it'll be Nembhard. Wallace tried to blitz. Nembhard with Wallace still on him. Nesmith got it over to Siakam. Sticking with him is J-Dub. Nembhard, the switch from J-Dub. Siakam with Wallace on him. Siakam rolled this one in. Pascal Siakam's at it again. Took several bounces off the rim, but managed to get this one inside. Got the fall. Shai will fire the free. Killer. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander making his statement. Nesmith flops one up for Turner. Biles Turner with Chet Holmgren on him. Turner wants to lose him. He does. Rattled this one in. Scoring has not been his major flow. Defense is, but he's been an integral part to this Indiana core. Through the left, it is J-Dub, who fires from behind the free throw line. Didn't get the fall. It'll be Haliburton through the middle. Haliburton towards the left. Siakam, extra pass. Left corner, wide open, Nembhard. Yes, sir. And a quick timeout call by Mark Dagno. As Andrew Nembhard has tied it at 10. We'll be back with you from Oklahoma City in just a moment. Nembhard left wide open. We'll be back. Indiana and Oklahoma City are two of the best offenses this postseason. The Pacers are averaging 117.4 points per game. The Thunder 117.1 points per game. In terms of offensive ratings, the Pacers 117.7, the Thunder 115.9. Defensive rating is worse different. 113.6 for the Pacers, 104.7 for the Thunder. Mid-range shot will not go for J-Dub. As the starting five is still out there for OKC. Nembhard, screen set, SGA on Haliburton. Turner. Now Nembhard again. He fakes the pass. Gets it over left side. Want to go inside for Turner. Obi Toppin, who is on the court right now, and Toppin threw it away. A rush all the way back for the ball, and he knew that. Toppin and Ben Shepherd on the court for the first time. And the shot clock will be reset to 24. The Thunder will move this one up. 10-10. And Rick Carlisle was on the Pacers coaching staff both times. Rick Carlisle was on the Pacers coaching staff previously. The last time he made here was in 2011 with the Dallas Mavericks when he had Dirk Nowitzki, Jason Kidd, Jason Terry, it's SGA. And this one bounced off the rim several times. It's in. Lob pass over to Shepherd. Ben Shepherd waits and goes to Turner. Swings it back over to Howley. Kicked out right side. Nembhard. Turner's wide open. Nembhard one more time. Gets the drive towards the left. Pick and roll for Turner. He is blitzed by Dort. And it's poked free. Shai. Both shake and bake from the free throw line. Bounced up. Offensive rebound to Dort. A free base up for J-Dub. Chet. Tried to swat it inside. Miles Turner was there. This one bounced. And it's going to go to Indy. Already, Miles Turner making the impact. Offensive rebounds from Luguentz Dort. In the first few minutes of this game, it has been excitement. Back and forth. Kicked out for Turner. Wide open free from the top. Short. It'll be J-Dub grabbing it. With Toppin on him. Jalen Williams will move up the left side. Up for the middle. Right side is Shai. He is fouled on the entry. Ben Shepherd called for the foul. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander wanting to go for the tough baskets. And he's willing to do dirty work. With the hard release, he knows how to draw contact. He is willing to take the physical presence and to do dirty work. The foul did not come when he was shooting it, though. Chet to Shai. He'll go back to Chet. Kicked out towards Wallace, left wing free. Can't get that one up. And this is a good kick out to Chet. Chet on the second chance. Dort will give them a third one, and he gets brought down alongside one other Pacer. Obi Toppin got his face. Or rather, Tyrese Haliburton. Dort was blitzing it. He is chasing after every play. And defensively, he is doing a lot. And he is also crashing the glass offensively. Luguentz Dort, of course. Jalen Williams inbounds to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Isaiah Hartenstein on the court for the first time. Shai drives up and Justin lays it up. That is beautiful from SGA. And Isaiah Hartenstein checks in, and the first moment, he sets the screen for Shai. Timeout used by Rick Carlisle. We'll be back here with 4:59. Shai with the layup on the adjustment to bank it off the glass. We'll be right back. Andrew Nembhard was wide open at the left corner to fire from free. And the Thunder, they were looking towards the inside. They have all the inside boxed out and all the pressure there. They're keeping the pressure on the inside. Alex Caruso's on the court for the first time in this final. His first appearance in 5 years, as this one double touched up. Aaron Nesmith wanted to allege that it was last touched by OKC. And it was. So Indy will keep it. Haliburton, Nesmith, Siakam, Toppin, and Shepard. Or rather McConnell. It fills in for Shepard, and there's a miss free. For the left, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander will look. With Toppin on him, immediately fires a mid-range shot. Didn't go there, is tipped up and grabbed by Toppin. Their side will be Haliburton. Will park at the Paycom Center logo. Cycles around opposite side for Toppin. On the left, an immediate whistle. They are out of bounds. 5 turnovers already for the Pacers in this first quarter. 4:20 left. OKC has committed 2. From the near side, SGA. He will look. Back position up. And will deliver it back. Isaiah Joe's checked in for the first time. Step back 3. Or step back 2, rather. He's one of the most electric 3-point shooters. That's how he made a mid-range shot. Left corner, box out. As hard as I was there. Zone defense. McConnell gets forced out of the box. He gets it back at the right wing. Haliburton drives up. This one deflected. Lands onto the hands of Toppin. Now all the way back for Haliburton. He can't touch it. It's going to be a backcourt violation. And already 6 turnovers. Six turnovers by the Pacers with 3:43 to go here in the first quarter. And the Thunder have already taken 8 more shots than the Pacers have so far. This defense has been suffocating. Shai drives, lays one up. Hardenstein tried to get the alley-oop, but can't. McConnell to Haliburton. Doesn't fire the free. He'll hold on to it and fire it now. Pure. Tyrese Haliburton bombs away. Caruso waits. The shake and bake around. Number 9 on number 9. McConnell on Caruso. That's a matchup to watch. McConnell stays with him. Hardenstein scoops it up. Shai. Quick passing. Left wing for Caruso. Yes, sir. Alex Caruso. 3 for 6 from free are the Thunder. And there's another steal. Hardenstein with the takeaway. Shai moves it towards the right. Watched by Toppin, doubled up as Nesmith also on him. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander for the free throw line. Can't get that one as that one's short. Haliburton moves up. Hallie moves to center towards the left side. Almost a pickpocket from Caruso. He was anticipating the pass. It'll be Toppin will reset. Swing pass. Siakam. Illegal screen. No basket. Luguentz Dort was hit hard on the screen set by Siakam, and put the body weight was the ruling for that to happen. An illegal screen as Haliburton checks out. Siakam will stay in. Haliburton doing everything. Siakam calling the shots. The 2:33 left in this first quarter. Already 8 turnovers by the Pacers. Uncharacteristic. And this one was just a swing pass that didn't work. This first quarter's been a slop fest between both sides. Siakam will get it in for Haliburton. That's the third turnover by OKC in this quarter. Indiana has 8. Towards the left is McConnell, who lays this one off the glass. Getting this one home as Caruso has a chance to answer. Hardenstein, half spin around. Hardenstein almost lost it. Hardenstein has to scoop it up. And it's blocked with a foul. Miles Turner upset. 2 free throws here for Hardenstein as McConnell. He laid this one off the glass on the way on the drive inside. Bowling by Isaiah Joe. Sharp shooting 3-pointer for him as Hardenstein sinks the first one as we get Ian Genge on board here. How are we doing tonight?
Doing well, man. Sorry I had to cut it short with yours and John's broadcast, but man, you must have called one heck of a finish.
Oh, we'll get to that in a moment. As Isaiah Hartenstein at the line here, he is 2 for 2. But man, to tell you a stat, this is the 32nd game which the Panthers led after any period in the one coached by Paul Maurice. They won the first 31 such games. Last night was their first loss. Left corner free. Air ball too far. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on the catch. He'll move it towards the right. Shai loses Siakam, hooks one up. Can't get it. Hartenstein, the putback. For the layup. Isaiah Hartenstein came off the bench in this game, but no matter where he is, he thrives. 1:30 to go in the first. On the left wing, Mathurin on the court for the first time. And it looked like Siakam was held. He was held by Hartenstein. And that'll be a foul. That was before the shot. But how good Indiana's defense is an underrated aspect throughout this postseason run. Defensive rating might not show it, but they are excellent on defense. And it's an underrated aspect. Thomas Bryant to Siakam. Siakam half spin. Looks back and then kicks it. Mathurin on the near side. Mathurin rejected by Hartenstein. Near side, this will be taken up by OKC. SGA moves up, pulls up, steps back, fires. Yes, sir! He's in his bag. A freezer for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, bringing the ice from up north to down south. Timeout, Indiana. We'll be right back.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, my God. Alec, even if it just brings one, I think it's safe to say Sam Presti is a genius.
Oh, yeah. Because these two teams are the beneficiaries of trading away Paul George, who I feel he has to be seething, but in order for that to discuss any further about any trades, I have to be tuned into his podcast and all of that. But nonetheless, the Thunder not only turned Paul George into SGA, but also a first-round pick that became Jalen Williams.
Yep. And as I recall, the Thunder still have at least 2 more years of Clippers firsts in their arsenal, do they not?
That's what I remember.
Wow.
Yeah. 26 and 28, I think.
And the Clippers, their future is kind of uncertain, is it not?
It looks very bleak. Yep. Because Kawhi Leonard, James Harden, as we're getting back into action, even though you have those two leading the way, it feels like they're just destined to be wishing on a monkey's paw all the time. Final minute of the first quarter. Mikado spins, steps back, and answers. 2 timeouts used already by Rick Carlisle. We'd wonder if the Thunder are going to be getting another decisive victory as Caruso pulls up near side. Gets it to Hartenstein, has Bryant on him. Hartenstein gets away from him. Lays this one up. Isaiah Hartenstein, and 1. That's an excellent move by Hartenstein, who the Knicks let go in the offseason, draws the contact on the arm from McConnell, and gets this one to fall. Brilliant power move by Hartenstein. Brilliant finish. He's also a former Houston Rocket, but he was buried deep on the Rockets bench early in his career. Because that team already had Clint Capella and Nene. Hartenstein makes the N1. The Pacers need an answer. They've been effectively neutralized by this Thunder defense. McConnell towards the right. Swung it out for an open Toppin. Boom! Obi Toppin from deep. Trying to get those turnovers reversed up. SGA held back. And a whistle for that foul as Shai got tugged on the arm. Both teams are in the bonus. Haliburton is going to check back into the play. And because OKC is in the bonus, SGA will shoot 2. He's played 11 minutes and has 11 points early. OKC has taken one timeout. Shai hits the first one. Of course, we'll be discussing, at the end of the quarter, we'll be discussing the first game of Panthers-Oilers in deeper detail, but that was one heck of a game. And I have a lot to take away from that match. Shai's practicing his routine as Kenrich Williams checks in. So the deeper part defense being utilized. Fans chanting MVP as Shai double rims on the second one. Pulled back and grabbed by the Pacers. And it's moved up by Haliburton, who's back in the game. Haliburton towards the right. Draws a double. Now Dort's on him. We have 11. It's a 1 second difference. Haliburton steps back, fakes it, and he'll go to Neesmith. Neesmith straight to the ball by Shai. SGA will move up with 2, with 1. Has to put it up in a hurry and does. Oh! And that one almost went inside. And even though Kenrich Williams' putback slam was after the buzzer sounded, that would have been a big one had it fell inside. After one, it is Thunder 29, Pacers 20. Alec Nava, Ian Genge. We're here with you the rest of the way.
Yeah, so I saw the highlights and wow. You know, I won't say that I was right when I gave my take because it wasn't what I had in mind. I said that Connor McDavid would have to drive the offense from the second period onward.
And he did.
I saw he got at least 1 assist, maybe 2 if I'm remembering it wrong.
Yeah, he got 2.
So I meant goals. Now, driving the offense doesn't necessarily mean scoring, but that's what I meant. So technically my take was wrong. But he was a main facilitator for the attack.
Yep. Wayne Gretzky said on the NHL and TNT broadcast that the way he's going to have the Oilers get on the board is if he finds a trailer option. Because the Panthers, they're going to close off everything on the low slot. That's what they're good at doing. And that time, the Panthers closed off everything at the slot. So McDavid had to find a trailer option. That he did when he found Matthias Ekholm for the tying goal.
Yeah.
And again,
of course, it was the German.
Draisaitl in overtime. That's his third OT playoff goal in this postseason. So,
because why wouldn't it be?
Yep. McDavid to Draisaitl. That's a tale as old as time.
Yep. And Alec, we said it when they beat Dallas. But I am sure of it now. Oilers, this is it. You just took game 1 on their home ice. Not on the Panthers, on your home ice. You take game 2. Every game you have on home ice, you take. Well, that's obvious because that means they win. But regardless, this was huge.
Yes. Especially because the Panthers, they're a top 5 team historically in the Stanley Cup playoffs in most road goals scored. They're up there with the likes of the 2012 Kings, the 2014 King. I meant the 2014 Kings, the 2018 Capitals in that category. They're up there. But another comparison to that 2018 Capitals has to befall with this year's Oilers. The last 6 teams to lose their first 2 playoff games and advance to the Stanley Cup final have gone on to win the Stanley Cup. And we're back here, but that's another thing to watch. Second quarter is underway. Toppin saying the screen on McConnell. Towards the left, it is delivered. At that corner with Hartenstein on the look. Pure on the free. Tight coverage, but it was busted anyway. AJ Mitchell moves it up. And the Thunder are utilizing the deep parts of the bench early in this NBA final. Aaron Wiggins spins, fades away. Yes, sir! Aaron Wiggins! Creativity! Shepard delivers onwards. Toppin will find Siakam. Pascal Siakam looks, swings it out for Shepard. Shepard to McConnell. McConnell back for Shepard, and then swung it out back. They're all playing catch. Right quarter's Toppin, fires the deep shot, doesn't get it, and it'll be Hartenstein on the rebound. Isaiah Hartenstein drops it out for J-Dub for Caruso. Wild pass Hartenstein. Chet and SGA are on the bench. J-Dub is on the court. J-Dub mid-range shot. Didn't go. It's too strong there on the delivery. And on the pushback, it's McConnell. Isaiah Joe watching on defense as Joe, or rather Aaron Wiggins, nice feed to Siakam, but a foul on Caruso. And Caruso says, check the replay. I didn't get any hand on a body part. I think Mark Daigneault's going to challenge this one. We'll see. I don't know. See, he gets the open space. I think he should. From what angle? Well, he's not going to challenge this. Looked like it was all ball from one angle. He hold on to the challenge. First shot. Good. From Siakam. NBA champion with the Toronto Raptors in 2019. He was teammates with Kawhi Leonard and OG Anunoby. Still going strong here. Fred VanVleet, another one of those teammates. VanVleet was a bench player at that time. Second shot is good. Marc Gasol and Danny Green were also part of that starting five. They're since both retired. 11 minutes, 6 points for Spicy P. From the near side, it'll be J-Dub. Stretch pass to Caruso. Lays it up. Pushing the pace. Right off the bench, Caruso makes his presence felt. And Siakam gets bumped. It is J-Dub, his first. But how about Alex Caruso? He's the only player on the Thunder with championship experience. 2020 with the Lakers. He was coming off the bench that year, except for Game 6. Here's his starting lineup. Lob shot too far. Ball is bounced up and tipped to Wiggins. Wiggins to Caruso, who stops and then activates up. Caruso takes himself. Underhanded shot, he drew the foul. And Shepard shaking his head, but he was guarding Caruso right in tight. Caruso takes the contact. And if you're a defender, do not jump. If you're defending, you should not be jumping up to contest a shot. Otherwise, you're going to risk getting fouled. First shot for Caruso on the way. Got it. Thomas Bryant was also another NBA champion. He was on a limited role with the Denver Nuggets in 2023. This is his second finals appearance. 34-25 the lead here for OKC. In the first 2 minutes of the second quarter. Second shot is good. 35-25, OKC leading. Up the near side, McConnell. TJ McConnell leading the way back. McConnell to Siakam. He'll look around the left side. Shepard to free. Got it. Ben Shepard lifts it up. Up the far side for the counter is Wiggins to Hartenstein. Isaiah Hartenstein gets by for the double. Ryan Turner got a hand on it, and Wiggins the free. Rebound is tipped up off the miss. It'll be Pacer ball. Benedict Mathurin. He'll look to Shepard's direction. Now back for Mathurin. Mathurin lobbed it up for Siakam. Siakam with Wiggins on him. Siakam trying to look for the lane. Fadeaway shot. Too far. And Hartenstein has another rebound. Hartenstein sets it up far side for J-Dub. J-Dub moves it down the middle. Williams layup. Up and out. But he'll get 2. Baffert a little upset. It's 35-28 with 9:09 to go here in the second quarter. And Jalen Williams, an integral part to this core. He was the first round pick selected one of the Paul George trades. The first shot's good. Yeah, he was one of the first round picks that the Thunder used to select. As a result of the second Paul George trade, Chet Holmgren will check back onto the game. 52% shooting in the Eastern Conference Finals for Siakam, averaging 24.8 points per game. 9:09 to go here in the second quarter, and J-Dub is 2 for 2. And immediately the Pacers going to work. Williams with 5 points already, 2 rebounds. At the right side, it's McConnell who will look to Turner. Miles Turner. McConnell. Parked all the way at the logo to Shepherd. Quick shot. Off the mark. Turner the rebound. Way up, knocked away. It'll be A.J. Mitchell moving back. From the far side, Chet gets the body and a foul. It's Miles Turner picking up his second foul against him. Already, the big shots already falling here for OKC, and they're getting everything their way. The Pacers already utilizing 10 players. The Thunder have utilized 11 players. Chet's first shot is good. The former second overall pick. It'll be wholesale substitutions for the Pacers. Haliburton will come back onto the play. And Turner had the shot blocked previously, and the Thunder counter with their own substitutions. Shepherd to the bench. Cason Wallace is back on the court. Haliburton, Nembhard, Nesmith, all back. The first 2 rounds, Chet averaged 15.7 points per game on 45% shooting. In the Western Conference Final, 18 points per game on 57% as he makes both. 39-28 is our lead here. Shepherd already has 3 fouls. Nembhard just saved it as he was exiting the surface of play. Back to Hallie. Swung it out for Nesmith, who faked it. On Wallace. Inside, Turner. Can't put it through. Second effort. Blocked, but a foul. The entry passes are what to look out for when going towards the paint, as that's a dangerous area of the court, not only for offenses, but also for defenses. And Turner knows very well to go to the dirty areas of the court. 8:29 to go here in the second quarter. First shot, rolled in. Things have not been easy for Turner, as he was the walking trade rumor. And last year was a revival for him. And sort of his place. Second shot. Good too. 39-30 for the Thunder. That's their lead right here in the second quarter. It's Mitchell. He'll look at the left wing side, going opposite wing to Chet. Back to Mitchell. Mitchell towards the right. With Turner on him. Knocked away, but he gets it back. High pass. Wallace one-hands it down. Wallace driving. Laying it. Didn't miss by much. Poked away by Wallace to keep it alive. Mitchell from deep. Too far. He gets his own rebound back. The hook. No ladder. Hallie getting it through. Tyrese Haliburton moving it up through the right side. Haliburton fakes it. Oh, what a beautiful move. And he puts Mitchell on roller skates. Timeout OKC. The Pacers back within 6 points. Tyrese Haliburton putting Mitchell on roller skates and losing him. We'll return in a moment. this has been a fun one early in this game, but nonetheless, still watching hours. 12 points for SGA, 5 for Jalen Williams, 7 off the bench for Hardenstein and Caruso. Of course, there's going to be a lot more discussions of NBA Finals and Stanley Cup Finals. We get deeper into both series, but man, this was a good start for both clubs.
Oh, absolutely.
And we could say that both tonight and last night. Well, unless if you're if you're a Panthers fan, you have to have a sour taste in your mouth about the ending. But even for final stats and what they say, both Sergei Bobrovsky and Stuart Skinner were excellent.
Yep.
There's a lot to take away from, but we know about the play driving that McDavid does. And of course, I want to note the Panthers' penalty killing. They're one of the most aggressive penalty kills in the NHL, and that's been shown throughout the postseason. That they can get into anyone's face, and they can shut anyone down when on the PK. It doesn't matter how many penalties they take, they have the capability of being shut down from that spot. But the aggressiveness of the Panthers PK in overtime came back to bite. They keyed in on Evan Bouchard and Ryan Nugent-Hopkins and did a good job at smothering them. But Nugent-Hopkins makes an intelligent play and getting this one down deep to Corey Perry. And Perry with a heads-up pass to Connor McDavid to set up the winning goal from McDavid to Draisaitl. The lone defender for the Panthers that was down under was Alexander Barkov. He wanted to block the pass with a stick. As he went for the block, block the pass, McDavid reads it. So he recognized that Barkov is trying to block it. McDavid recognizes this, so he elevates the puck right over Barkov's stick and finds the wide open Draisaitl, who made no mistake. So far, Tyrese Haliburton has been the X factor for the Pacers. And even though star players are rarely known as X factors, Haliburton has 6 points so far, been a balanced scoring attack for Indy. 6 points each for Haliburton, Siakam, and Toppin. 5 for Miles Turner. Gets out back here, a quick shot. Yes, sir! Shai! Back on the court. 41-33. Up through the middle is Hallie. Lobs one up for Turner. Looking to go back. Can't find an option. He'll give it back to Haliburton. Step back, get some more. He is doubled up, crowded. Naismith has Joe on him. The free on the way. This bounced up and out. Chet Holmgren the rebound. The Thunder went with double big utilization earlier in the playoffs. Decided to go with a natural center and Chet Holmgren to start it off. Chet missed this one. He'll be grabbed by Haliburton. Up for Naismith. Aaron Naismith swings it out for Turner. Turner hanging on to this ball. Pushes away Chet, but goes to Naismith. Nembhard. Nembhard moves towards the left side. Toppin's also out there. Nembhard moves up. Posts up. Draws the foul. That's going to be the second one on Dort. First team All-NBA defense, Luguentz Dort. As Nembhard, he draws contact. Dort doesn't bite. He leans his shoulder onto him and causes Dort to be in a pickle. And you can't do anything else if you're Dort. Caught in that position. First shot. Good. The first one goes down. 6:47 to go here in the second quarter. So in the meantime, the College World Series is going on at Oklahoma City. As the second one is shanked, but the College World Series is underway over at Oklahoma City. 6:03 to go in the quarter. Shai lobs one up towards the right. Shake and bake here. Driving down is Joe. Can't hit that one. It'll be rebounded by the Pacers. Led up the left side for Nembhard. Nembhard. Oh, that's going to be a charge. Offensive foul on Andrew Nembhard as Isaiah Joe drew the charge. Joe was anticipating trying to know where he was going and did that to perfection. Pushed him away. That's one of Joe's strengths, to draw charges. 6:13 left in the quarter. Move left side by SGA. He'll start at the logo. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander moving towards the left. Loses Nembhard. Fires a quick trigger. Short. Haliburton grabs this rebound. Wallace sticks with him. Screened by Turner. Haliburton drives up. Kicked out Nesmith. Closed out by Dort. Moves inside. Kicked out right corner. Nembhard. Didn't make up for that one. And it'll be quickly grabbed up by Cason Wallace. Wallace. To the right and down the middle. Wallace. Missed it. It'll be Nesmith. And then commits the foul. That was Cason Wallace. 5:38 to go, second quarter. So Nesmith strong with the ball. He fought Wallace every bit of the way as he was fighting for every inch to get this rebound. Nesmith will have some wards here. And now he's going to shoot two. The Pacers now in the bonus. Thunder intimidating him in this NBA Finals. First shot. Good. And some substitutions afterwards. The Thunder make theirs. Of course, Aaron Nesmith, one of the key factors for this Pacers team. Previously buried deep on the Celtics bench. Quickly turned into a regular on the Pacers court in the starting five. 41-35 is the lead for the Thunder. Second shot is too far. Rebound is tipped up. And it'll be a rush for the ball where it's picked up by the Pacers. Siakam drives down, lays one up and in. Don't forget a 2-point play, it's a 3-point play. The Pacers back within 4. OKC moving up. 8 points for Siakam. J-Dub gets the screen from Chet. Williams kicks it out right corner. The fake, the take from Dort. Yes, sir. Lou from way deep. Firing one from Norman. On the right, it is Haliburton, who moves around. Haliburton crowded up with Nembhard. He is forced all the way back. Haliburton steps back, gets it to Turner. Loose ball, picked up by Wallace. Cason Wallace to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Dort gets open left corner. Shai steps back, can't deliver. And this rebound is grabbed by Nesmith. Nembhard driving down. Offensive foul. Another turnover for the Pacers, and it's Miles Turner. With 4:41 left in the second, and these turnovers need to stop for the Pacers. Turner wanted to get the post up, but he took down Shai. And you have to use your body not as a weapon, but rather as a strength. 14 turnovers for the Pacers, and there have been 7. SGA moves left to Chet. Deep 2. Too far. Can't handle that one. And this one's stolen away by Dort as he pickpocketed Toppin. Shai slows up towards the right corner. Caruso doesn't get this one. Shai to J-Dub. Williams rolls. Left corner. Dort again. Buries it again. Back-to-back corner freeze for Luguentz Dort. 4:12 to play in the second, and the Pacers call timeout. This is the 2025 NBA Finals. We'll be right back. Well, I do have some other news that I want to share out, but Man, I felt this. I felt for a moment that, I was on record saying I would want anyone besides a certain man under center. It just seems so inevitable. Just the easiest walk. Why? Why Aaron Rodgers?
Alec, say it with me this week.
On Please Let the Sun Be Die. Yep. Man. Yep, it is days of our Steelers all over again.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Man, I spent all this time trashing the New York Jets and Aaron Rodgers, only for him to come to the Steelers. This team is not serious.
Yeah. I don't quite understand, but actually, yeah, I do. This is the Steelers, and you know what's sad about this is that they're doing their damnedest to not tank, but they might have just secured themselves a tanking season.
No. I'm going to say it. In the same way in which the Blue Jackets cleaned house after hiring Mike Babcock and subsequently having him resign, you know what? I'm going to add on to this. When you sign Aaron Rodgers, you fire everyone. I don't care about how good successful they are. You fire everyone.
Absolutely.
Yes, it. Whew, this is just.
It's sad, is what it is. It is absolutely 100% sad because they didn't need to go this route.
No. But we did.
And look, I don't care how much baggage or how much media presence there was on the kid. You should have just drafted Shadur Sanders.
That would have been a much better option anyway. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, at the very least, just take the kid. Just take the kid. What, I mean, at worst, maybe not in the first round, but come on. Okay, what was the latest? He was drafted in the 5th round. Did the Steelers have a 5th round pick and pass on him?
Well, we did draft Will Howard as Siakam misses this one. No, and the offensive rebound's grabbed by Mathurin. It never hit the rim. As such, it was a shot clock violation. But, yeah, we did draft a quarterback. That was Will Howard.
I don't have anything good to say about...
Me neither.
I have nothing good to say, man.
The rebound was deflected. It's going to be picked up by Mathurin. Mathurin stripped. Here's Caruso. One-on-one down the baseline. Offensive foul as he drove inside. He ran right into a freight train. His name is Miles Turner. It's going to be, or rather that was Aaron Nesmith who got in position to draw the charge. He anticipated where Caruso was going to go and got in position. It's an easy layup. You have to slow down just a little bit. Thunder lead 47-37. The 17 turnovers are the most in any half this season for the Pacers. McConnell half spin as he goes around Wallace. Toppin gets open on the screen. Swung it out for Nesmith. Nesmith fakes the free. He'll deliver to McConnell. McConnell spins back. McConnell going back for Nesmith. Intercepted by Caruso. It'll be deflected up for SGA. 18 turnovers. J-Dub for free. Short. Rebound jumping up for it was Nesmith. Toppin. We'll move to the left side for Haliburton. Backboard top and post up from deep. Didn't get that one up. 2:49 to go here in the quarter. But already 18 turnovers for the Pacers. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander moves up for Caruso. Dort, left corner. Big shot. Another triple for Luguentz Dort. This time from Tulsa. Left wing side, entry feed. A little too far. 19 turnovers for the Pacers. Dort opens up for Shai. Fires it from deep. Off the backboard, never made the rim. It was way off, and it'll be grabbed by Indy. Naismith looks towards Haliburton. Haliburton pulls up and kicks it back out. Open space for McConnell to fire it and deliver it. TJ McConnell from IMS with 2 minutes to go. 9 minutes for McConnell. He has 7 points. Driving up and on the layup, this one rattled up and in. Jalen Williams with his second field goal of this game. Haliburton open space up, left corner all the way. Where's Naismith? Triple on the left corner. 52-43. That's our current score line here. Game 1, NBA Finals. From 3, the Pacers are 8 of 19, the Thunder 6 of 17. J-Dub moves it all the way out for SGA. SGA, no screen from Dort. Gets hauled down. Shai lays this one off the glass. A smooth move for it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Near side is McConnell. And it looked like the Pacers got away with an offensive foul, which would have been their 20th turnover. And from the fade, it is good. From McConnell. Obi Toppin settling it down. Last minute of the second quarter. And already, synergy off the charts for the Thunder. Fans on their feet, every single one of them. Jalen Williams moves up for SGA, left wing free. Yes, sir! Tucked in by SGA from Wichita Falls. 40 seconds left. He's got 19. Fans chanting for the defense as McConnell pulls up. Lost it. It's out of bounds. Last touch by Wallace. 33.7, but the open spacing for Gilgeous-Alexander from the left wing side. His footwork, excellent, as he opens space up for himself, showing the deep bag that he has. He tries slowing him down. That's usually a bad omen. He'll shift to the offhand. 19 points on 8 of 18. The Pacers trying to inbound it. McConnell gets a deep inbound for Siakam. Siakam wants to drive it up all the way. Does. A little too far. Chet the rebound with 25. Difference is 3 seconds, shot clock and game clock. For the middle is SGA who slows it down. Towards the right side. Entry feed. Chet. Haliburton got a piece. Naismith moved up for the far side. Shot clock turned off with 10 seconds. Haliburton. Euros. Lost it to SGA. That's the 20th turnover. Chet. Back to Shai. Inside Caruso on the layup. Bounces up. Just rolled out. That's twice in which the Thunder missed out on buzzer beaters in this game alone. But nonetheless, they have a 57-45 lead at halftime. Game 1 of the NBA Finals. So it's been turnover after turnover for the Indiana Pacers. That's been the common theme in total. The Pacers have 18 turnovers, while the Thunder have just 4.
Hey, Alex, I will be back with you in the second half, but I gotta go take care of something real quick.
All right. See you then, Ian.
I may be able to join you for part of halftime, depending on how long it takes.
All right.
All right, I'll be back.
Gotcha. At halftime, it is 57-45 Pacers in Game 1 of the 2025 NBA Finals. I am Malik Nava, as to get you the score lines rundown. 19 points for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the first half. Just 2 free throws fired for those asking, thank you. 8 of 18 shooting-wise, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. He's been the star of the show as what the Thunder needed him to be. Jalen Williams with 7 points, 2 rebounds, 4 assists. 1 of 2 from 3. He is 2 from 2 from the stripe. Chet Holmgren 4 points, 3 rebounds. He does not have a block yet. And Isaiah Hartenstein and Alex Caruso have 7 points off the bench. 4 rebounds for Hartenstein, 2 for Caruso, 3 steals, 2 blocks for Caruso. Big defensive piece alongside Lucian Stort, who has 9 points, 4 steals, 4 rebounds. And for the Pacers, it is 8 points for Pascal Siakam, 3 of 6 shooting, 3 rebounds. And 9 points for TJ McConnell off the bench, 2 assists. Tyrese Haliburton with 6 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists. The outlet pass is working for Oklahoma City, and that's where they're able to transform defense into offense. 6 points for Obi Toppin, 3 rebounds. Off the bench, as they go on to the team stats, his deflections are what they benefit from the most. In terms of team stats, we're going to go through the rundown side by side. 20-54 for the Thunder. Shooting wise, the Pacers 50 of 36. From deep, 7 of 18 are the Thunder. 8 of 19, the Pacers. From the stripe, 10 of 11, OKC. 7 of 10, Indiana. So it's been pretty even. Rebounds are 28-23, Indiana. 6-4 in the offensive side. 24-17 defensive side. Assists 10-7, Indiana. All 11 steals are from OKC. 4 blocks each by both teams. But the turnovers are what the glaring stat line is. 19 turnovers by the Pacers. 4 by the Thunder. Points out turnovers, just 4 by the Thunder. 9 by the Pacers. So it's the total turnovers, 19 from Indiana. The 9 points given up off of turnovers. The Thunder have 9 points off of those 19 turnovers. The Pacers, 4 off of the 4 OKC turnovers. And the fast break points are pretty even. 6-5 Indiana. Points in the paint, 20-12. OKC, the Thunder have led for all of this game. They have never trailed. So in terms of Oilers-Panthers, they won the third period in the manner in which they did was crucial. It was arguably the most consistent frame in Game 1. They had the shots in the first period but still trailed. They struggled to get possessions, generate shots in the second. That point they rolled away, were down by a goal. The Panthers do most of their damage in the second period. And at that point, you can assume that they're going to be at their very best defending elite by the third period. The Oilers are also equally as good as the Panthers in the third period. A goal from Matthias Ekholm early in the third got the Oilers their 20th different goal scorer this postseason. And they also outshot the Panthers in that third frame 14-2, with 58.3% shot share, providing them with sense of control they've been lacking to start. They began overtime on the defensive. Their constant ability to apply pressure for the final 15 minutes, with Leon Draisaitl scoring the game winner off the power play. And with 106, so for the final 6 minutes, the power play of 31 seconds left. So the Panthers survived the mini breakaway from Kasperi Kapanen. The point-blank chance with Trent Frederick at the faceoff circle. They had a 5-on-5 sequence they treated like a power play. They survived the Evan Bouchard scoring chance where he slipped behind the defense for another point-blank opportunity. Even those who think so, they're familiar, the Panthers survived a bit too much. But they could not survive the Oilers' late overtime power play. A self-inflicted wound when Tomas Nosek fired the puck over the glass at his own defensive end. Every game comes with an inflection point. The Panthers had a few. Would be the second period. They saw him at a 65.2% shot share. He broke through to launch 17 shots on goal, only to come away with 1 goal largely because of Stuart Skinner's solid play in net. What's in the third period? Saw him get just 2 shots on goal. will be how they couldn't make the most of their dominant start in overtime. So as we go around here for what happened, so for the biggest names, Stuart Skinner was excellent in the second period onwards, ever since the Sam Bennett second goal. No, onwards. And the free stars, Leon Draisaitl, he did not score in all of last year's final. He scored 66 seconds into game one, then scored the overtime game winner 31 seconds left in the first OT. Sublime start to this year's Stanley Cup final. He scored or assisted on 5 of the Oilers' 6 overtime goals in the last 2 postseasons. 3 at the 4 this year. The other one being Kasperi Kapanen. Ekholm scores first goal at the postseason in just his second game back from injury. He is tied for the second most in a single postseason in NHL history, becoming the 20th Oilers scorer in the playoffs. The 1987 Flyers and 2019 Blues each had 21 different goal scorers. Sam Bennett had a 2-goal effort in a losing cause. 12 goals this postseason, which is the most in a single playoffs in franchise history. 11 of those goals have been on the road, tied with Mark Scheifele for the most road goals in a single postseason in NHL history. Some players to watch include Bennett himself. There are 2 ways to look at how he did in Game 1. The first is that his 2-point effort reinforced what was made a serious candidate to win the Conn Smythe Trophy. He was the front runner before the game for a postseason high 10 goals, collecting 2 more gives him 18 points, tied with Ryan Nugent-Hopkins for 4th. Second is that he's going to get paid in this offseason. Brock Nelson was re-signed to a 3-year deal, $7.5 million annually to avoid potentially losing him in free agency. What Bennett did to help the Panthers reach 3 straight finals is only going to increase what he could command. For Kasperi Kapanen, here's the reminder. He was on waivers in November, when the Oilers claimed it was viewed as a chance to add depth on the cheap. But he turned into something greater. Game-winning goal in the series clincher in Game 5 in the West semifinals opened the door for more playing time. He almost did again in Game 1 in overtime too. He did get an assist on the game-tying goal. He's been part of the solution about the Oilers affair without Zach Hyman, who sustained injury in the Western Conference Finals that will keep him out the rest of the playoffs. Kapanen did his part with 3 assists. His 5 hits allowed the Oilers to maintain the physical edge they use as a part of their identity to reach a consecutive Cup final. And we got some questions. The first one is, did the third period and overtime give the Oilers a defensive roadmap against the Panthers? Their path back to the final is based on how the defensive structure made life hell for the Stars and Golden Knights, 2 teams that were in the top 5 in goals per game in the regular season and struggled in the playoffs. There were a few challenges at first. Stuart Skinner got partially shielded on the first 2 goals before having a breakdown in the second period that left her going on an island. From there, the Oilers gave up a combined 8 shots over the final frames. The largest concentration came in the first 5 minutes of overtime. The Panthers have found breakthroughs against teams with constricting defensive structures, like the Hurricanes in the Eastern Conference Finals. Are the Panthers about to find another in Game 2? Or could the Oilers be onto something that could see them find even more success with their defensive identity? For the Panthers, what is their major takeaway going forward? The start or the finish? That's complicated. Goes back to your earlier statement. In the second period, the Panthers were aggressive in a way that hardly anyone has been against the Oilers, with 5 high-danger scoring chances, along with an overall sense of control. That's what made coming away with just 1 goal in a 1-goal game something that could pose questions about how they make the most of those opportunities going forward. But at the same time, the notion they were forced to survive in overtime had saw them split the shot share of the Oilers, have more high-danger scoring chances but failed to provide the consistent threat. It could give the Panthers even more to think about the coming days. Maybe they won't question that, given that they have won their last 31 playoff games in which they had a second period lead, or have led after any period under head coach Paul Maurice. And now that streak is over. So as it stands, it is a 1-0 series lead for the Edmonton Oilers. Their first series lead in a Stanley Cup final since 1990. The last time they won it all. With Mark Messier captaining the team. And with the heroics of Bill Radford in the 1990 run. So as we look at the most powerful quotes, the power of friendship and the weaponization of calm. It's one of them being the Pacers, the other being the Thunder. But it's exemplifying both teams. The Pacers and the Thunder, that is. Gonna get into some baseball final scores. we do have a rain delay between the Pirates and the Astros. So it's the Rangers up 3-1 against the Rays. The Royals up 7-5 on the Cardinals, top of the 7th. But the final scores are as follows. The Diamondbacks defeat the Braves 11-10. They enter the 9th inning trailing 10-4. At 4 home runs from Lourdes Gurriel Jr. To start things off, Alec Thomas to this back-to-back home runs. Ketel Marte on an infield base hit, scoring in Herrera. Scoring in Jose Herrera. Vargas with a base hit to score Corbin Carroll. And Eugenio Suarez with an RBI double to score Vargas and Marte. The Cardinals won in the first of a doubleheader, 6-5 in the 10th. The White Sox 3-2 in the 10th over the Tigers. The Blue Jays 9-1 over the Phillies. The A's 14-3 over the Twins. The Orioles 4-3 over the Mariners. The Giants 3-2 over the Padres. The Dodgers 6-5 over the Mets. The Cubs 7-1 over the Nationals. And the Yankees 4-0 over the Guardians. So it's been tight and stingy defense that has been the tail of the tape for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And Miles Turner getting into it with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. SGA has been everywhere on both ends of the floor, as he's been key on takeaways. There have been a lot of comebacks here in this postseason. We don't know if there's going to be another one added to that list. Shai, he has 3 steals in this game. Second to Lujan Stort, but tied with Alex Caruso on his team. Haliburton has 6 points, Siakam has 8. 2 of 5 is Haliburton, Siakam 3 of 6. Back here in action for the start the second half. 57-45, the Thunder lead. The Pacers moving from right to left, the Gold Rush uniforms. The Thunder in the all-whites. Haliburton fakes the shot. He'll kick it out for Nembhard, who doesn't take it. Nembhard moves up towards the basket. Euro layup. Rolled up and out. The tip doesn't go. Turner kicks it out for Siakam. Siakam reset. Siakam all the way back for Haliburton. Haliburton, open space to fire. Off the mark, and Chet gets the rebound. Chet Holmgren moves it up far side for SGA. SGA pulls up. Back onto Aaron Nesmith. SGA, half spin. Steps back. Can't deliver it, but now it does. On the second bounce. SGA somehow got that one to fall. Haliburton with the screen from Turner. He's going to look. Entry feed Turner. Loses his man and answers. He shakes off of Dort. Near side it will be Cason Wallace. Slowly make his way up. With a screen from J-Dub. Wallace from the far hash. Going to look for Holmgren. Chet Holmgren pulls up. And swat away. Haliburton. Bank pass Siakam. Nesmith's open. Siakam lays it up, but he's fouled. Be Jalen Williams picking up another one. Lloyd Pierce, former head coach of the Atlanta Hawks, now the head coach, now the assistant coach for the Indiana Pacers on Rick Carlisle's staff. 10:34 left in this third quarter as Siakam getting to the line shooting 2. Fans getting loud here as Siakam is firing 2 shots. First one is up and out. $19 turnovers in that first half. That's not good. That's good if you're the Pacers. Siakam slowing up. Getting set for the second shot on the way. Good. He hits 1 for 2, but nonetheless, still a close one. Jim Boylan, Jenny Bushik, Maurice Baker, Gennaro Pargo, Mike Weinar, and Isaac Jacob on the coaching staff of Rick Carlisle. SGA moves up, kicks it out, left corner. J-Dub on the way. Short. Dort fights for it, but it's grabbed by Siakam. Dort's in pursuit. Siakam, watched by Cason Wallace. Siakam will look. Watched in tight. Siakam moves up, pulls up. This one bounced up and out. Chet will grab it. Holmgren moves it up through the middle, and he'll leave it for Shai. SGA pulls up in the mid-range. Shot is perfect. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leading up. The lead's back up to 13 and a timeout. 23 points for SGA. Not a timeout, actually. 10 of 20 shooting-wise for Shai. Incredible. Haliburton towards the right. Force back for Nesmith and then back for Hallie. Step back 3 on the way. Too far. Rebound Nembhard. Turner. Pass inside. Siakam. Left corner. Can't get this one either. And the Thunder move it up. Far side of SGA. Has Nembhard on and shakes him off. To Torontonians. SGA. Spinorama. Did it roll this one inside. Turner to rebound. Moved up for the far side. Entry feed. Nice layup by Siakam. Tyrese Haliburton with a seeing eye dime. On the right is J-Dub, crowded by Nesmith. Kaysen Wallace awaits on the right wing. Wallace posts up. Wallace lays one through. Takes a roll, but Kaysen Wallace has been everywhere. It is Haliburton. Haliburton kicks it out. Siakam, extra pass. Nesmith, left corner. Big shot. Aaron Nesmith from Bloomington. That three-pointer with the answer. It's a 10-point deficit. OKC leading 63-53. Further left it is Wallace. Pulls up alley-oop for J-Dub. Kaysen Wallace to J-Dub for the alley-oop. 65-53. The crowd likes that as Siakam. Only to Haliburton, and now it is Turner. Chet's trying to reach in on him. Turner swings it back. Nesmith. The Boston castaway. Nesmith loose to him. Blocked by Chet. And I believe there is a whistle here. Offensive foul, they're going to call it. So you get Ian back up. So now that we got everything taken care of, the Thunder back onto action. And already, they're not playing around here.
As they shouldn't. This is the NBA Finals. When you had your foot on the throat, as morbid as it sounds, you keep pressing and don't let him breathe.
That was emphasized with the Kaysen Wallace alley-oop dime to Jalen Williams. And speaking of J-Dub, he'll lay this one up. Ball poked free, off the rebound. Nembhard will move it to the far side. Carrying it is Nesmith. Back for Haliburton to Nembhard. Swings it back for Hallie. Parked at the edge of the logo. Siakam doesn't screen. Now he does. The switch for Turner. Across for Nembhard, left wing. He had to drive it up. Nembhard kicked out, right corner for Nesmith. Blocked by Chet, but the layup goes for Pascal. Siakam stayed with it after Chet had the initial block. That was right after an offensive foul from Nesmith. Wallace wide open, layup, good. What a pass from SGA, who's doing everything tonight. Scoring, check. Passing, check. Defense, check. Crowd thundering here as Haliburton delivers to an open Turner, who fakes the shot. Gets by Chet, but Chet stays with him. Another layup. And one. Well, no. They're not going to say and one. It's going to be another turnover. As Miles Turner. Yep, he traveled. That was one of the easiest traveling calls here. And so we'll take a timeout here. OKC leads by 12. We'll return. And it's showing that 2006 Miami Heat team that won the NBA championship with Dwayne Wade, who was on a tear. That was a veteran Heat team that was basically on its last breath at the time, way before the Heatles.
Yep. And there were many old veteran faces on that team, not just Shaquille O'Neal. You had Alonzo Mourning. You had, many people don't know, Gary Payton.
Yeah,
That's right.
Yeah, Gary Payton was on that Heat team. Yep. Jason Williams was still a key component to that team.
And wasn't Antoine Walker a part of that?
Yes, Antoine Walker.
So yeah, a lot of players you thought went chipless or ringless. They got a ring with that Heat team.
Yep. With prime Dwayne Wade. Yeah,
and there's Shaquille O'Neal that was forced to get in shape by Pat Riley.
He still averaged 20 points per game. Yeah, and the starting five for most of that year was Wade, Shaq, White Chocolate, you had Jason Williams, and you have James Posey at small forward, the other one being a prime Udonis Haslem. Alonzo Mourning was on his last breath. Gary Payton too. Jason Williams. In 2006, still had something left, but not much. And that year, that was before Rick Carlisle came to the Dallas Mavericks as head coach. At that time, they were coached by Avery Johnson. That's the team that the Heat beat in the NBA Finals. In terms of stats, of course, it is Dirk Nowitzki. Of course, he's the leader of that Mavs team. Jason Terry. That was when they had Josh Howard and Jerry Stackhouse. And the current head coach of the Sacramento Kings, Doug Christie. Now, I know for a fact that John and I spoke of the utilization of Connor McDavid because there were many times last year in which his time on ice utilization went over 25 minutes. If you could separate McDavid and Draisaitl on the lineups, that's for the best for the Oilers. If situations do get dire, you put McDavid and Draisaitl together and RNH on the second line. Back here, for the third quarter, with less than 7 minutes left, SGA. From the logo, he'll look towards the left side. SGA draws the contact, ball deflected up. Wallace doesn't fire the free, drives up. This one doesn't go. The alley, no. For J-Dub. Moving back is Hallie. Tyrese Haliburton moves. Spinorama around for the defender. The mid-range shot. Oh yeah. Tyrese Haliburton. Shake and bake. OKC moves back with Dort as he sets back in, fires this one off. Pure! Lugens Dort from Norman. 12 points already, and he's taking over. Double figures for Dort, second OKC player to do so. He has 4 steals. Kicked out for Hallie. Moved back all the way for Nembhard. Andrew Nembhard looks, poked away by Wallace, taken back by Nembhard. Nembhard drives and delivers left corner for Toppin. Big shot! Obi Toppin with a response from Evanston. Pascal Siakam. With the rebounds as Dort fires another one and cashes in. Dort's automatic. He's got 5 3-pointers. Big freeze left and right as the layup comes through for Nembhard. 73-62 is our score line with the Thunder leading. Pulling up as Chet for the slam. Miscommunication by the Pacer defense. Nembhard drives up, delivers it, and backpedaling was Miles Turner. But man, Lugens Dort on a tear.
So on top of Shea going off, as well as the... Oh my God. Lou Dort is your second leading scorer for the...
You remember?
And all of it for 3 points.
Yeah. That's the Pacers making another mid-range shot. But Dort is money from deep. Yeah, remember he had that electric Game 7 in the bubble against the Rockets. That was in the first year of the SGA era when he had Chris Paul. Shai can't get that one to fall. Caruso saves it inside. Shai delivers to J-Dub. Spins back for Caruso. Doesn't shoot it. J-Dub fakes it. He'll drive up. J-Dub blocked. And moving back is Nembhard with it. Nembhard securing this one up on his back. To Haliburton. Deep three on the way. Too far. Hartenstein to rebound. Up the far side, SGA. 75-64. Shai drives up, pulls up, lays it. No basket. So the Pacers still trail by double figures as Jalen Williams, that was an excellent block by Benedict Mathurin. Staying with him to deny a potential layup. If it's going to be a slam, but no. He's willing to take contact on any opportunity as J-Dub sits down. Mathurin's still out as Haliburton moves up for the middle. Watched by Dort. Screen from Toppin. In the middle, Hallie to Toppin, left wing. Too far. And Hartenstein to rebound. Now Haliburton. And for the far side, SGA. Isaiah Joe on the court. Hartenstein wanting to set the screen. Thomas Bryant on the switch for SGA. Pull-up jumper. It's good. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on a mission. And Benedict Mathurin looks. Going back to Haliburton. Towards the right wing for Nembhard. Toppin on the reception and the layup. A tough bucket for Obi Toppin. It's still 77-66 as both teams are exchanging blows. Shai with the screen from Hartenstein. Toppin with 11 points. Shai trying to lose Bryant. Shai draws the foul. This one backed inside. Oh, dear heavens. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Are you serious?
Everybody, meet Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. A hooping god. Yes, I said it.
Yep, he can pull up. So, they're not going to call this one, but oh my goodness. If that one actually counted, that was going to be amazing. 3, 2, Hartenstein. They have to get rid of it quickly. No shot. No shot. Alex Caruso was just a tad late. It was a shot clock violation. Caruso's hand was still on the ball when the shot clock expired. Towards the right, Haliburton swung it open towards Toppin. Ball poked away by Dort. He can't keep his footing. And it will go back to the Pacers with 3 minutes to go. Thunder lead 77-66. But Dort's been on fire in game 1. And everyone is factored into this balanced scoring attack. Siakam set to come back onto the court. For everything the Pacers have thrown at the Thunder had every response. And a timeout will be called by Rick Carlisle with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. And so, as we call timeout, it's announced. The announcement is official for the Steelers. Aaron Rodgers. And I need to say it again. This week on Please Let This Suffering End.
This week on I picked a bad time to quit smoking.
Essentially.
At this rate, Tree is gonna have to take ayahuasca to get through this next season.
Oh.
Alec, tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that this won't be one of the most painful seasons in recent Steelers history. The only thing Worst being 2018.
I feel I'm just gearing up for the absolute worst. It's gonna be hell for us. I mean, the cancer that's gonna spread, it's only going to eat us from within. I have a packet of, oh my, I guess I picked the absolute worst timing to get a bean boozled.
Yeah.
Oh. And the only reason I'm doing so is because of a punishment that I'm gonna do. But nonetheless, it feels like it feels like the absolute worst timing for a bean boozled, that the timing is just perfect. Oh.
Oh, I'm so sorry, buddy.
Man.
I don't have a bean boozle with me, so I don't know how to match it with suffering.
Man, bean boozled plus this peak suffering.
So what's the punishment for every Steelers loss? You have to eat a jelly bean?
No, this was because I guaranteed that the Avalanche would win the Stanley Cup, and Mikko Rantanen happened.
Right. So how many do you have to eat?
I'll have to check in with what the challenge is about, but it's not. Well, your best bet on getting such is from Five Below. Oof. But, well, let's look at something bright. The Thunder are 29-1 this year against Eastern Conference opponents. Regular season and playoffs, plus 12.5 point differential, the second highest in NBA history. And through the playoffs, 4 wins by at least 30 points. And entering in the finals, the Oilers, not the Oilers, the Thunder, even though they're playing like a well-oiled machine, no pun intended, they are a combined 80. So yeah, they went 68-14 in the regular season. We're back 60-14 in the regular season. When you include playoffs, they are 80. And Siakam coughs it up, gives it away. Caruso, that looked like a backcourt violation as Caruso. Put back jam! Hardenstein on the follow. So the Thunder, when you include regular season record, they're combined 80-19. Towards the right, the Pacers want to answer. The jam! The finish! Thomas Bryant getting up. Isaiah Joe. Isaiah Hardenstein. The two Isaiahs going take the tape. Left corner, it is Caruso. Rattled out. It'll be Siakam grabbing it. Towards the far side, it's the Pacers wanting to counter. And they're wanting to do so quickly. Here at OKC. 2 minutes left in the quarter. Haliburton swings it open. Siakam. Up and out. Haliburton grabbing this one. Or rather, Hardenstein. I don't know why I keep confusing Haliburton and Hardenstein. Joe fakes a step back free. Caruso left corner. Missed that one too. Siakam grabbing this rebound. Up the far side. It'll be moved by the Pacers. Through that right wing. Stretched out to Mathurin from Siakam. Benedict Mathurin. Flush it back over to TJ McConnell. Tyrese Haliburton. Parks. Foul on the play. It's going to be against the Thunder. 1:27 to go in the third. Hardenstein not happy. He's trying to plead his case. So Dort tries himself not to get screened, but in doing so, he hogs his man. He's going to exit out. And it'll be a substitution. Talking with Mark Dagno. Neither side is any please. Mathurin going inside. Lost it, but he's fouled. Hardenstein thought that it was all ball on it. Nonetheless, he didn't feel like it was a foul. But no. The officials are not buying that. And Mark Dagnall is going to challenge the play. So we're going to step aside here with 124. So now that we're with 124 left, so I'm checking with some of the MLB score lines, and so far, it looks like, by how this game is going, nothing's certain as of yet, but it's been, and I'm looking at one of the MLB scores earlier today, Ian. How did the Atlanta Braves blow a 10-4 lead in the 9th inning?
Alec, it's Atlanta. Are you surprised?
I shouldn't be, but I'll tell you, this is a season from hell for the Braves.
Yeah. I'm currently paying attention to the second game of a doubleheader by my own team.
Ooh. And the challenge is unsuccessful. The call is upheld. Even though Hartenstein whacked the ball away, there was that bump from Hartenstein afterwards on Mathurin. That was what sparked the foul. 124 left in the third, and Mathurin's going to shoot 2. The Pacers in the bonus. First shot. Got it. It's a 10-point game here. It's been very close between both teams. It's every time the Pacers go for single digits, the Thunder bring it back to double digits. It's, as was the case time and time again. Mathurin slowing up and getting set to shoot the second one. On the way, got both. 79-70, the Thunder lead it. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander leading the way through the far side with Mathurin on him. 1:17 to go here in the third. SGA drives, fires it. This routed out. Caruso kept it alive. Joe, the free right wing. Yes, sir! Isaiah Joe. Sharp shooting skills. 1 minute left. McConnell kicks out left corner for Thomas Bryant. He answers. I didn't know he had it in him. Thomas Bryant with another corner three in this game. And another foul. That one's going against the Pacers. Believe it's going to be Mathurin. Either him or Thomas Bryant. Bryant slotted into the lineup. Off the bench. Facing out Tony Bradley, who is part of the bench unit for the Pacers. Caruso inbound inside for SGA. SGA was watched by Mathurin. With 8. With 7. With 6. Shai slows up. Moves left side. Shai takes a step back. Draws the contact. Didn't get that there. Shepard the rebound. He wanted to draw the foul. Moved up far side. Shepard. Mathurin rather. McConnell. Difference is 11 seconds. Shot clock and game clock. 20 seconds left in the quarter. 8 in the play clock. Right quarter Siakam. Banked. 6-point game here. And we don't know if another comeback is going to spark here for the Pacers. They have not led all game. 10 seconds. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. No fouls again for either team. Shai trying to lose his man. Post up from deep. Big shot! 0.7 to go in the quarter. Pacers decide not to shoot. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with a quarter-ending triple. And it's 85-76. But the Thunder striking the Pacers on full force. He's got 28. Siakam's got 16. The fourth quarter is up next. as we're still watching onwards through all the score lines and news. Well, we never anticipated this to happen, but the Colorado Rockies not only won a series, but they sweep a series too against the Miami Marlins. That was yesterday.
Yeah, I talked to the Marlins fan about that. It's yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll discuss that more later because you got swept by the Colorado Rockies. You got swept by the Colorado Rockies.
Oh.
Oh. Oh my God. I can't.
Oh.
You made her Ron Marquez and Kyle Freeland look like Cy Young contenders.
That's a Kyle Freeland. Oh my goodness. Victor Vodnik.
You made the team with the worst run differential by country mile look like a winning ball club for 3 games.
Oh no. Oh.
In today's news, Florida man seen getting destroyed by a Denver Pocket.
Oh.
Oh, I got more, but we gotta get back to the game.
Oh, this is comedy. This is big comedy. Oh. That's, oh my goodness. How do you let this happen? Oh my goodness. Getting back into action here. The third quarter, the Pacers outscored the Thunder 31-28. But we don't know who the momentum is going to be in this fourth quarter to get underway. On the far side is Caruso. Caruso plowing his way down. Caruso on the layup. He smoked it. Ball came loose. Oh, Caruso, he got fouled hard. 85-76. And the first 8 seconds have been ticked off the clock. As he is helped up on the court. He is okay. See, wanted to go up. He got smacked in the face. Ouch. Hard foul. So the first free throws of the second half. Ooh. That was the forearm of Mathurin that smacked Caruso's head. So he'll shoot 2. The first shot. 2. That was good. I almost misspoke there. He was an NBA champion with the LA Lakers, the team that he started with. He evolved into defensive presence. Second shot is good. He was a guy that the Thunder got return for Josh Giddey. 18 minutes he's played. 9 points, 2 of 7 shooting. McConnell slowing up the action. McConnell delivering it left side as Mathurin going back right side. For McConnell. McConnell moves up. McConnell pulls up. Bounced up. Can't hit it. Hardenstein to rebound. He'll move it back. To J-Dub. On the court now. J-Dub who'll look. Mathurin's on him. Backpedals. Hardenstein sets up the screen. J-Dub gets the space opened up to him. Plows down. Layup. Good. On the dirty areas. The Thunder open up with the first 4 points of this quarter. McConnell towards the right. He'll look up front. Bryant. And a foul call. There might be a hook. And if you mean to tell me that Jalen Williams is in his third year, well, he's looking like a seasoned vet now. McConnell looks on the inbound. Siakam wants to get free, or rather as Mathurin. Mathurin adjusts and puts it through. I think. No. Jalen Williams called for the foul. He started this game at the power forward position as Hartenstein shifted over to the bench. And Mathurin is going to shoot 2. 2 points, both on free throws. He's 0 for 2 shooting-wise. First shot here. Too far. And such the high fives for the Thunder all around. And as such, as we wait up the Pacers, with their high-flying offense, they need to find a way. Notice it's the high-octane offense that we're used to for the Pacers. Second shot. Got it. It'll be the Thunder to move it up. 1 minute gone here in the fourth. Caruso slowing it down. Siakam watching. Screen from Wiggins as Caruso drops it for J-Dub. Has Mathurin on him. J-Dub moving it back over to Hartenstein. Hartenstein back up Wiggins. Layup. Blocked with a foul. A backdoor cut pass from Hartenstein to Wiggins. And already 2 shooting fouls. So the officials are discussing as Hartenstein pulled up. It's an effective pass. And I think that the officials are discussing to see if this was actually he won, but I wouldn't think that this would take long to discuss. And it is one. 89-77, the scoreline in favor of the Thunder. First shot for Wiggins is rolled out. 1:15 gone in this fourth quarter. Caruso and Wallace on the backcourt as the second shot is good. So Wallace, the point guard in the sequence, in charge of commanding the play. Mathurin, with 1 foot behind the half-court line, steps up. Mathurin moves and then goes right onto the baseline and lays it up. Excellent athleticism for Benedict Mathurin. Up the right side, it'll be Williams. And it looked like the Thunder may have got away with an offensive foul as this layup rolled in. Mathurin's shaken up. He's in severe discontent. He is playing through the pain. He is hurt. He's hobbling right now. He's favoring that right elbow. Pacers essentially playing with 4 guys. Mathurin gets some running movement. Shot clock down to 5. Inside pass deflected away. Wiggins takes it up, but it's taken back by the Pacers. McConnell. And a whistle. And they did not reset the shot clock. The scorekeepers did not reset the shot clock. And because of that, had to reset to 24 seconds. It was deflected up. The Thunder grabbing it. The scorekeepers did not reset the shot clock. Because the Thunder had possession beforehand. And so the Pacers still stay with this. Mathurin shaking out the pain on his elbow. McConnell. Moving it back over towards the right side. Siakam. Euros one. In and out. Mathurin the layup. Another tip by Siakam. Ball's out. Staying with Indiana. Last touch by OKC. Fans still chanting defense here as they all come to their feet as Mathurin almost got one to shake the pain off. Lobbed in. Stolen away! Jalen Williams got it down Main Street. The largest lead in tonight's action. 94-79 OKC. J-Dub read the pass. Intercepted, took it down. Timeout Indiana. So that one is a pick 6. So the closing speed by J-Dub. And the speed down the middle. Right down the Pacer throats. We'll be right back. Oh, man. Jalen Williams. But all of a sudden... Yes, I keep saying most underrated second option. But man, what a good read by him to pick it up, intercept the pass on the inbound, and take it the distance. Do remember tomorrow will be game 2 of the Stanley Cup final between the Edmonton Oilers and the Florida Panthers. Entering this final, the Oilers 6-1 at home, the Panthers 8-2 on the road. The Panthers just got their 3rd loss when playing as the visitors in this postseason. The Oilers improved to 7-1 at home. Neither team had home ice advantage in the first 3 rounds of the playoffs before meeting in the Stanley Cup final. The first such occurrence since 2012 when the New Jersey Devils, a 6th seed in the Eastern Conference, met the LA Kings, an 8th seed from the Western Conference. To give you the rundown here, SG has 28 points with 3 steals, 12 of 26 shooting, so he's taking a lot of shots. 15 each from Jalen Williams, 5 assists, and 15 from Lugens Dort. All of them have been free players, 5 and 7 from that area. 4 steals for Lou, and a block. 4 rebounds to go for 2. 9 points each for Isaiah Hartenstein, Alex Caruso. And Caruso still has 3 steals and 2 blocks, all in that first half. Hartenstein has a steal. And for the Pacers, it's 16 points for Siakam with 7 rebounds, 3 assists on 6 of 14 shooting. Haliburton, 10 points, 4 of 9, with 8 rebounds, 5 assists. 11 off the bench for Obi Toppin, 9 for TJ McConnell, with 4 assists. 7 each for Aaron Nesmith and Miles Turner, 8 for Andrew Nembhard, another Canadian. So, following players are from Canada in this NBA Finals, and I believe Canada is eating good between the Stanley Cup Final and the NBA Final. Benedict Mathurin from Montreal, Andrew Nembhard from Aurora, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander from Toronto, and Lugens Dort from Montreal. So you got 2 players from Montreal up the far side onto the right wing for the Pacers. They want the counter. Nembhard has spin around Caruso, who stays with him. Nembhard through contact and 1. Nembhard gets it up at the top of the glass. Chance for free. Sometimes you have to learn to be aggressive in the finals. And he is not stopping at anything. A relentless motor for a quick attack. And that one's good. How physical he gets onto the dirty areas. So emphatic. Caruso with 4 fouls in the game. And slowing up is Cason Wallace. He opened things up towards the left. And now right for Dort. Dort, right corner Wallace on the free. Short. Rebound swiped at. Caruso can't get it. And the Pacers can't either. Their last touch there was Obi Toppin who tried to secure it. 9:06 to go. OKC will keep. They were unable to hold it as the ball was rolling endlessly. Thunder trying to pull away at this game as Toppin, he was going for a swim. Going inside for Caruso. Shot clock at 10. Caruso looking right side. Getting an opening. Caruso bumped. Got it! My goodness! Alex Caruso! Ridiculous! And one! He was bumped by Obi Toppin, and that one was the definition of a tough basket. He was banged up earlier in the game. He drew the contact and gets the N1. It is too far. Hartenstein saves it, but can't keep it. Miles Turner saw this one go out and held off Hartenstein. Oh man, Caruso has been everywhere on the court. 4 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 blocks, and he's up to 11 points. Driving down, and then kicked out towards the point for Toppin. Big shot. Obi Toppin from Fort Wayne. He struck again. You're not stopping here on the freeze. Obi Toppin has 4 of them. He's up to 14. Caruso. He'll try this one to go out for J-Dub. J-Dub. Williams will look, pulls up from tight. Yeah, get this one. Off to Marcus Neesmith, grabs the rebound. 8:20 to go in this fourth quarter. The right side, Toppin. Toppin drives inside. Bounced out. Caruso jumps on the rebound. He's slowing the action down with just under 4 minutes gone. Chet Holmgren checking back onto the game. Jalen Williams. To Hartenstein. Can't hook it up. Too strong on the floater. Far side now for Toppin. For Haliburton. Hallie. Right corner. For Turner. Yes, sir. That's Turner's first 3-pointer of this game. And Mark Dagno will call timeout. 7:44 to go here in the quarter. But Alex Caruso, are you kidding? Miles Turner puts the Pacers within 8. And we don't know if there's going to be something developing here. We know both teams have a knack for the clutch in the fourth quarter. We'll be back.
Oh, Jesus. with all these turnovers, of course, Tree would say the Pacers suddenly embracing the spirit of famous Jameis.
Ding. All right, and the Pirates get a run on the O'Neal Cruz sacrifice ground out. They scored in Jared Triolo. It's 1-0 over the Astros. We did beat the Astros 3-0 the other day. And the Royals hold off the Cardinals in the second half of the doubleheader.
Yep, and they take the series. It would have been nice to sweep the doubleheader, but you know what? Splitting it and taking the series, I'll take it.
Yeah, Carlos Esteves with the save. He only had to throw 9 times.
Yep, that'd be Goku for you. I call him Goku because after every win, he celebrates the same way. Kame, Hame, Ha.
Yeah, Goku, of course, strike. And a big night for Michael Garcia, Freddie Fermin, who both had homers. But the winners from the ones that get you wins. Vinny Pasquantino with the ground, even though he grounded out, he scored in Jonathan India. Salvi with 2 hits, both of them base hits that scored in Michael Garcia.
Yeah, they scored 23 runs in 3 games, won 2 of them. It feels good, Alec.
It does.
For a team that was averaging just under 3 runs per game, this was a very nice wake-up call.
It was. And Jack Caglianone, even though he hasn't had a big impact in this game, I think that was the jolt that the Royals needed. And Mark Canha, 263 batting average.
Yeah.
1 of 3.
And you know what? Look, he's only recorded 1 hit in his major league career so far. But man, I'll tell you what. Inserting Jack Caglianone in, listen, I don't believe in coincidences much. And I don't think this is one of them. Because you insert Jack Caglianone into the lineup at the number 6 spot with his power. And then after a series against the Detroit Tigers where you scored 3 runs all series. Then you come back against the Cardinals in their stadium and score 23 runs in 3 games. That's the Jack Caglianone effect.
There you go. That's the jolt that the Royals needed. Top prospect in the system. And so far, the best is yet to come for him. And now, after Jalen Williams with the 2-hand slam, Casey Wallace right wing free. Can't get that one. That was all after a Miles Turner offensive foul. Nembhard towards the left for Nesmith. Nesmith almost ran to a wall. Nesmith wanted to draw a foul. Turns. Has to get out the paint. Kicked out right wing for Toppin. He puts it through. His 5th free. Obi Toppin on a tear here. In game 1 of the NBA Finals, he's got 17. 5 of 8 from deep. Chet kicked out left corner. J-Dubs didn't fire it. Lou Dort from the left wing. No! That time he couldn't get one. Haliburton towards the far side for Nembhard. Right side, immediate free for Nesmith. Grabbed by Turner as it was short, but Turner was fouled. 6:22 to go in the quarter. It's a heads up play by Nesmith, as he knew that his time was running out inside the play. Several players on him. Haliburton gets it inside for Nembhard. Nembhard looks, will go back for Turner. Fakes the left wing free. Moves to the left corner. Banks it in! Miles Turner! Hits one from Gary. Another 3-pointer for the Pacers, and they're within 4. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. What is the magic he's going to pull off here? Shai. Fouled. That was Nembhard. 5:57. Number 2. Fouling number 2. He pulled up at the right side. And I know for the fact that these two Canadians, they know each other. They were both on the Canadian national team. 5:57 left in the 4th quarter. First shot, good. 99-94. Shai had a basket that was outstanding, even though it didn't count. And Chet overcommitted on the defense as Miles Turner banked one off the top end of the glass in for free. SGA practicing the free throw routine. Obi Toppin subs out. Second shot is good. OKC reaches the century mark. Moving inside is Haliburton. He'll move it up the middle. Dort crowding him. Haliburton towards the right side. Dort's on him still. Turner trying to go inside. Swung it back for Nembhard. Chet for Turner. The mid-range shot. Got it. Miles Turner with the last 5 for Indy. Back to within 4. What was supposed to be an exciting finish. Nesmith got bumped by Chet. J-Dub swinging back. Towards the right. Loses him. Turner's now on him. J-Dub fouled by Turner. And he is knocked down. They'll get the mop-up crew to clean up the sweat. Now Turner is ain't some fouls against him at this point. As Nembhard gets the pick and roll switch on Turner. Nice little bounce pass over to Turner. And J-Dub gets an arm from Nesmith. Justified foul. 5:25 to go. First shot. Good. 16 points for Jalen Williams as Alex Caruso daps him up. 20.4 points per game J-Dub is averaging throughout the playoffs. Second shot is good. 17 now. Pacers have to hurry up. They're approaching clutch time here. Nembhard moves up for the right side. Nembhard drives up. Can't score as it was in and out. Chet Holmgren the rebound. Caruso drives. Parks at the right wing. Has J-Dub right back. Caruso gets the space open up. Williams has the space open up to him. Driving down Turner. Williams can't scoop it through. Through the middle it is Halley. Halley pulls up towards the right. Halley layup. He scores. Pacers within 4. And Haliburton has got 12 points so far. 10 rebounds as Chet can't answer. Siakam the rebound. 6 assists for Halley. He's getting another dime. Nembhard with Shai trying to blitz. Pacers trying to overcome their 24 turnovers. Nembhard spinning. Trying to sell it. Siakam. Haliburton on the feed. Haliburton kicked out. Turner wide open. Too far. Caruso the rebound. And the Thunder intent on slowing this attack down. 4:12 to go on the quarter. Thunder lead 102-98. Caruso saying the screen. Shai splits the defense. Shai the adjustment. Yes, sir. On the layup. Shai finds the way. 3:55 to go as Siakam will swing it for Halley. Halley doesn't shoot it. Right corner for Nembhard. Williams all the way back up for Tyrese. Halley shake and bake around Chet. The free on the way. Too far. Leaping rebound by J-Dub. SGA moving up. Nesmith shadowing him. Shai slowing it down at the OKC logo. Fans all on their feet here at Paycom Center. Shai moving it through. Blocked by the foul as he was hounded from behind. Somebody may have grabbed his jersey. Haliburton will pick up his first foul. So the demeanor that he brings and the electric play that he brings onto the table. And he plays so confident, making the adjustment on the way to the basket. Everything that he shows, the bag that he provides, that's your MVP. 104-98. And SGA can extend it to an 8-point lead. 32 points for the Torontonian. His cousin Nickeil Alexander-Walker, another Torontonian. Rick Carlisle discussing as the officials are a little impatient, wanting to see the MVP score some more. First shot's good. Rick Carlisle was arguing about the foul. And now Chet Holmgren subs out, Casey Wallace in. So Wallace, who started this game, getting a chance to close it out. Thunder going with a smaller lineup. Fans chanting MVP. Second shot, good. 106-98. With 3:20 to go here in the quarter. Shai's got 34. Haliburton's wanting to look. Nesmith the screen. But the switch with SGA on him. Haliburton drives up. Pulls up. Can't get it. The second chance. Rolled out. But there'll be free throws for Siakam. With 3:07. 106-98. And what has been a tight and hotly contested affair. OKC 7-1 in clutch games. Siakam 16 points, leading scorer on the Pacers. The Cameroonian. Chance to pull within 6. First shot. Short. He missed that one. Went to college with the New Mexico State Aggies. Won a championship with the Toronto Raptors. They're cranking it up here at OKC. They're getting loud here. The second one. This one bounced out. Ball is loose. They're going to call it a lane violation. So it'll be Siakam getting one extra free throw. You won't see anything like this. There was a lane violation on the play by Luguentz Dort. Yep, that was right before the ball was rebounded. That was Jalen Williams with the lane violation. So this second attempt will not count. Siakam gets an extra life. Obi Toppin comes back in. Miles Turner sits down. Alex Caruso waits alongside. And he's discussing with the officials. Fans loud here, trying to distract Siakam. Now his second shot for real. Got it. It's 106.99. Took one extra chance, but this one rolled inside. 17 points. SGA secured away from Nembhard, his fellow countryman. Oh, Nembhard pushed Caruso. That one's not gonna get called. He looked like a hockey player out there, finishing his check. SGA inside. A massive humanity down at the ball. Whistle immediately. 2:52 left. It's going to be against Haliburton. And now, because both teams are in the bonus, whenever there is a foul, there'll be free throws the rest of the way. It is Haliburton who tried to reach in on the ball. Instead, he caught SGA's legs or knees. First shot, good. For Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He is 87% from the free throw line. The native of Toronto, Ontario. Second shot. He's got 36. 108.99. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who's had more 20-point and 30-point games than anyone else in the league, of another masterclass. Nembhard almost had it knocked away. Toppin swarmed by Caruso. Neesmith left corner. Banked inside. Aaron Neesmith, when it looked like it was not possible, finds a way. It's a 6-point game now. 108-102. With the Thunder leading. SGA slowing up. Dort. SGA splits the defense. Kicked out to J-Dub. Can't get that one. Neesmith to rebound. Nembhard moves it up. Nembhard all the way back in the logo. Nembhard swarmed by Wallace. He'll get it back. Off the feed from Neesmith. Nembhard shake and bake around SGA. Step back free on the way for Nembhard. Cashed in. Andrew Nembhard. It's a 3-point game with 1:59 left. Kaysen Wallace slowing it down. OKC has now made a free in this quarter. Indiana's made 6 of 9. OKC 0 for 4. Shai to Wallace. The drive. The kick out. The free. No. Another missed free. 0 for 5 in the quarter. And now Indy can tie it. Neesmith will drive up. Neesmith. Blocked by Dort. Shai takes it away. SGA gets it down for the lane. The layup. Rolls in. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander off the block. The Pacers moving up to the far side. Caruso blitzes. Foul called. So, Luguentz Dort, part of the old defensive team, he blocks Aaron Neesmith all ball, makes it front of the contact, going up. The arms are up. And as he sees the shooting motion, he swats this one away. Converted into offense, but Shai going to the dirty areas of the paint. 2 shots for Nembhard. First shot. Rolled up and good. Nembhard is the first one. It's a 4-point game. 1:22 left in the fourth quarter. He has 13 points on the night. Balanced scoring for the Pacers. Second shot. Good. The 2 free throws made. And the Pacers looking to overcome 24 turnovers on the night. SGA. Both teams each with 2 timeouts. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Nembhard sticking with him. Shai drives up the layup. Blocked. Siakam was on him. It'll be Nembhard. Opposite side on the wings. Toppin drops it. Nembhard moves up. The Pacers have not led in this game as we're in the final minute. Nembhard, shake, the bake, the free. Airballed. Siakam the layup. It's in. 1-point game with 45 seconds. Dagno's not calling timeout. The Pacers on a 10-2 run in the last 2:15. 10 on the shot clock. SGA slowing the action down. Shai throws it off. Jalen Williams, shot clock at 5. They drive down the middle. Jalen fades. Doesn't get it. Ball loose. Grabbed by Siakam. A crash. And as he's out of bounds. Siakam last touched the ball with 22.5 OKC ball. Indiana's going to challenge the play. No foul was called. And Siakam was falling down. And there's going to be a timeout. And I don't think there's going to be any doubt about this one as Siakam had full control of the ball. So we're going to break here with 22.5.
Man. If this is going to be every game in the finals, be prepared, folks. Be prepared.
I guess we all vastly underestimate the Pacers entering the final. But that's normal. But that's not exactly normal for the Pacers. They've been underestimate the entire playoffs. So they take this as a challenge. If there's a Goliath, there's meant to be a David. But what a game this has been, Ian.
Absolutely. And no matter who wins this game, it's gonna be a show for the entire series.
Yes, it is. So it looks like there's contact from Case and Wallace. And even though Siakam last touched the ball, Rick Carlisle challenged for the fact that he wanted there to be a foul on the play. And you know this is off Siakam. They're not challenging the out-of-bounds ruling. They're challenging whether there's going to be a foul called here. So they're taking a lengthy look at this one. So in the meantime, what I think the Pacers should do is look at the blueprint, look at the clipboards for the strategy. And don't let the officiating get in your head. So now the officials, I think they have their verdict. We'll get the call. No foul. Siakam last touched the ball. They did not review any potential foul. They were reviewing the out-of-bounds ruling in which Siakam last touched the ball. It was clear. It was obvious. And yet that was a bad challenge to take. So the call is upheld. Shot clock reset to 14. OKC looking to inbound. Caruso gets it to Shai. And the Pacers not fouling in a sequence. They don't need to. Because if the shot clock expires, they can have a chance to win the game. SGA moves, spins, steps back. Too far. Rebound secured by the Pacers. They have the last shot with 5 seconds. They have to go in a hurry. Haliburton towards the right side. Haliburton at the buzzer. Yes, sir! 1.3 seconds! Tyrese Haliburton has done it again in the playoffs!
Wow. Just wow. Okay. Okay, see, you got one last shot.
It has taken the Indiana Pacers 47 minutes and 59 seconds to get their first lead of the game, and Tyrese Haliburton with a deep mid-range shot, shocking everyone. He's done it again. Has a clutch shot against the Bucks in Game 5 for that immaculate comeback. One against the Cavaliers. He has another against the Knicks. He wants the ball in these situations. This is your guy. In Game 5, the Pacers had 2.1% chance to win. 3 wins were trailing by at least 7 in the final minute of action. Incredible comebacks all throughout. And he has 3 game-tying or go-ahead shots in the final 5 seconds of action. He's been the key piece that the Pacers needed. And there's 3/10 of a second left on the clock. That's enough time for the Thunder to get their magic up. But what they would watch for the alley-oop. And if you're the Pacers, don't foul. The one thing that would be more shocking is if there's an alley-oop here. They have to be sharp here with point 3. Indiana 111. OKC 110. If this is the way that we're going to see this NBA Finals, we're on for a treat. Haliburton and company called their final timeout. The sneaky score on the baseline. This has been an amazing game. This has been an amazing run. They showed up throughout this run. The yes sirs, indeed. The Pacers on this improbable run. And if they can do it one more time here, this will be amazing as such. But the one thing that needs to be well accounted for the Pacers, they need to watch the lob. Watch the alley-oop. 0.3 seconds. Fans are staying here as the Thunder, they're discussing their game plan. They're still discussing as to counter the Pacer adjustments. OKC has 1 timeout. And Haliburton on the bench here. The Pacers play their defensive guys. That includes Miles Turner, Aaron Nesmith, Andrew Nembhard. SGA, Chet Holmgren. So Caruso's going to inbound. Last-ditch effort to get this one side. Caruso tipped up, and it's over! The Indiana Pacers have stunned the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 1. Tyrese Haliburton is your hero.
Wow. Hey, Alec, I gotta hop off here, but it's been great being with you.
It was amazing being with you too, Ian. What a game.
All right. Close it out, my friend.
Oh my goodness. If this is the way in which this series is going to be, we're in for a treat. The Pacers, after trailing by 15 points, it took them 47 minutes and 59 seconds for their first lead of this game, and they made it count. They led for 0.3 seconds. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, despite the loss, 38 points on 14 of 30 shooting, 3 steals, 5 rebounds. Now it's Tyrese Haliburton. Even though he has 14 points, he is the hero tonight with the game-winning shot, 10 rebounds and 6 assists to go with it. Pascal Siakam, 19 points, 11 rebounds, 3 assists. Miles Turner, 15 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks. Andrew Nembhard, 14 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. And Aaron Nesmith, 10 points, 12 rebounds, 1 block. Among the starting 5. On the bench, Obi Toppin, 17 points, 5 of 8 from deep, with 5 rebounds, 2 assists. 9 points for TJ McConnell, 4 assists. And for the Thunder, I mentioned SGA, Jalen Williams, 17 points, 6 assists, 4 rebounds. Logan Storr, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 steals, 2 blocks. And Alex Caruso, 11 points, 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals, 2 blocks. And Isaiah Hartenstein, 9 points, 9 rebounds. Another stunner pulled up by the Indiana Pacers, Haliburton. Since 1997, Haliburton is tied with Reggie Miller for the most go-ahead or game-tying shots in the final 5 seconds or overtime, with 5 each between him and Reggie Miller. Second most in the NBA. The only one ahead, LeBron James, with 8. That's going to do it for tonight's action. The Indiana Pacers win 111-110 over the Oklahoma City Thunder and take Game 1 of the NBA Finals. I'm Alec Nava saying good night from Paycom Center.